case you're your enemy and your little guys all over the internet.
It's all bad.
Hey, Jennifer Aniston, you know what I'm saying, before you kind of get a little too old, if you want to, send some photos my way, you just go to skullandbonesradio.com, just like upload in my page section, All
right, well, that concludes that segment. Stick around because we do have another juicy one coming up on Skull and Bones Radio.
I'm serious, Jennifer.
Hi, this is Carlos Santana from the Santana Band.
What's up? This is Andy Vargas.
Hold up, Andy Vargas from Santana? Oye, ¿cómo va?
You should listen to Skull and Bones Radio. This is where you get your information.
Can we talk to Carlos to get a free guitar?
Peace.
If you're into Selena Gomez,
Can't keep my hands to myself.
or Adele, hello, then we might not be your first pick.
Don't say we didn't warn you.
What's up, guys?
Welcome back
To the
Skull and Bones Show.
Welcome back to Skull and Bones Radio.
There it is. Skull and Bones Radio, baby. Welcome back to the show. We are Skull and Bones Radio.
Woo! Don't forget to check us out on them social medias. Skull and Bones Radio, the Twitter, the Facebooks, the Instagram.
The whole nine. We're on there. We're all over. So make sure you check it out. So we've got an interesting segment that we got to get into. I think Mick actually came across this one. And he wants to lay it on us.
Well, okay, so this is for everybody, including yourself, Matt, and we do have a special guest with us. We have old Casey James back in the house.
What?
Thanks for having me back, man. Glad to be here. I heard a little bit of a throwback rejoiner, huh?
Well, production.
Did I okay that before I left or what?
Yeah.
That was already a rotation before you
Never
left.
signed contract.
That's public domain. That's Skull and Bones Radio, popping fool.
That was the original cast going on that one. All right, so I got something for all y'all. I almost cursed. For all y'all guys. I'm about to say mofos up in here. But, all right, so Casey James, how old are you now?
I'm 25.
What, you really?
Yes,
Why
really.
do I keep thinking you're older than me?
I don't know. Maybe it's because my beard looks better than yours.
Because he's
outta here.
more mature.
Oh, okay, I'm about to just walk up out of here and change the subject. All right, so Matt, man, how old are you now? You're like, how old are you? Probably what?
How old am I? 24, baby.
You're 24. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So, and Jean, we already know how old he is because we already done a couple segments on that one. All right. So anyhow, so we all kind of approaching that age where we got friends, that be getting married and we kind of know how. In Casey James, you know how it goes, right? You have a friend, he gets married, he's like, "Oh no, we'll still hang out, bro," and then like you never see him again.
Yeah, never anymore after that.
It's like they're dead, right?
Yeah, basically, right?
It's almost like once your friends get married, dude. It's like you might as well be dead at that point.
Well, yeah. I mean, when Matt had his girlfriend, I would never see him.
That's
it
BS.
became a I wish I could just hang out with Matt, and then it's we got to make sure his girlfriend is always there. We got to make sure that it's all inclusive.
It's a group effort
for it, even though I want some bro time with my bro.
I feel the same way with Jean, man. You know what? It's my life's mission to make sure Jean never gets married. But because I know, man, the day that comes, he's not okay. Because I know how Jean is. He's not good at keeping in touch with friends. You know what I'm saying? That aren't like in his immediate, day to day.
I keep in touch with Casey James, and we're on totally separate shows.
Yeah, that's true.
When's the last time we hung out?
Oh. We hang out all the time. Just because he's not there. Right, Casey James, we get our quality time in the studio.
Yeah, we do. We get our bro time at the studio.
You guys aren't there, don't mean it don't happen.
Well, I'll tell you something. I never get invited to nothing, so how about that? None of you guys hit me up. None of y'all.
Last time I hung out with John, I hung out with you too, baby.
That's not
on
true.
On your birthday. No complaining. I don't want to hear it.
Okay, well, maybe that one, but I know there's some secret stuff going on around here. You guys just ain't include me. Anyways, we're getting off topic already. Hurt feelings segments late at a different time. So anyway, so we talking about once you get kind of married, you know what I'm saying? You might as well be dead at that point. But I found this kind of interesting. So there was this, what do they call a study?
Study, yeah.
One of those things.
We'll go with that.
I forgot who.
Yeah, let's go with that. A study.
Okay, we'll call it a study. Where all these people, I don't know if they're psychologists or sociologists, one of those ists, right? So they did this study talking about where they found the perfect times to get married in life. They were saying like if I can't get even more. So we're gonna make this a little bit of a game and kind of
all right,
like Casey James used to do. Remember those games we used to play with him?
The trivia of awesomeness.
Trivia, there you go.
Super challenging.
That's right.
It wasn't that challenging, man. It's not that bad.
So I'm gonna open up the floor here. So Jean, Mattman, 100, and Casey James,
100.
What do you think? All right, so here's the thing. Here's the point of the study. What is the perfect age or age range could be a trick question, where you think that you could get married and you have the most chance of succeeding? Because we're all kind of coming up on that age.
Succeeding at what, life?
No, succeeding in your marriage where you won't get divorced. So like we talked about, we all got friends that are getting married. So none of us are married. Hopefully none of us are thinking about getting married. But you never know. We're coming up in that time in life where, some girl might come in and try to sink her claws in us and try to convince us. So
yeah, and when you get 30, you start thinking, oh, maybe I need to jump on that, that girlfriend, that wife train. And he's not even looking at me right now. He's not even. You even listening?
I was thinking about my age range. I already got my answer, by the way.
all right, so we're going to open up the floor. That obviously I already know the answer, but I'm just kind of curious to see what you guys.
So
come
we're
up
going to
with.
start off with Jean. He's already got an answer.
I'm going to say age range is 35 to 45
for a successful marriage.
Dang, 10 years? That's a pretty big gap.
I got a
They're
question.
taking the easy route on that one. I see what's happening.
It just feels
I'm
right.
just going to say my age range is between 20 and 50. There we go. It's probably the best range.
No, that's a little bit too much, don't you think, Mitch?
No, he picked 35. That way, he still got 5 years. You see what he did there?
I'm looking out for you guys, too.
I appreciate that, John.
Hold on. Here's a follow-up question. Don't you think that it's more or less about the person you meet? Because I met some people that got married at 20 and they're actually happy. Then I meet some people that got married at 40. They're only 41. They're miserable.
Matt, man, you trying to throw me off my studies questions here.
All right. So is that I'll take it away then. Age.
For a successful marriage where you're least likely to get divorced. What age or age range?
I'm going to have to say, oh, man, I want to say 28 to 32.
20 to 32. Okay.
It's young, but I'll give you my reasoning.
Sounds like
in
a
sec.
better age range to be able to go based off than a whole decade.
Hey, man.
But, so me, let's see here. I think it changes all the time based off of what kind of generation we're living in.
Okay,
so,
he's going way beyond. Obviously, this is kind of like, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. But right now, and it's weird for me to talk about it because my parents, they got married in their early 20s and they're still together. They still love each other, and everything like that. But
you don't think they cheated on each other?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I don't think so at all.
Okay.
But, I'm thinking about it like my dad was 24. I'm already 25. I was like, there's no way I'd be married right now, But anyways, I'm thinking that probably a good age is definitely over 30.
If you had to choose one, if you had to choose an age or an age range?
Age range? I'm pretty close to the same boat. I'm not going to go with as wide of a margin as this guy over here, but I'll probably say about 35 to 40. It's probably the best time to have a most successful marriage, probably because you don't have to spend as much time with them, maybe.
Okay.
You're adding...
I missed it. What was your age?
35 to 40.
Okay.
I'm saying that, you get married later in life, you don't have to deal with them as long. So
you're kind of looking. You're kind of looking.
Moly.
You're looking at this like it's an independent puppy. Like I don't need to feed or water it.
I also think at that point you are really established. You don't have to worry about anything. You can actually give your whole being to someone at around that age.
Okay, well, I can see where you're coming from with that.
You've had your fun, you've lived your life, and you're ready to comfortably...
You're not like missing anything. You don't feel like you're regretting something by getting married at around that age. If you get it done super early in your 20s or even earlier than that, there's going to be a part of you that's like, oh, well, why didn't I go out and do things? Like, why did I just get settled down so fast?
Well, that's like Matt's dad. He had his fun, he lived his life, and then he went back and they had that beautiful blessing in there. And
yeah, blessing, that's it. More like a nightmare.
So go ahead.
Lay it on us. No, I want to hear what the answer is.
Well, really quick, before I get into that, I wanted to hear Matt's reasoning and John's. Well, John kind of gave us reasoning, but so you said 35 to 45, John? Mm-hmm. And what was your reasoning for that? Why'd you say you think that's the most successful range for people to get married and not get divorced?
It's late 30s, early 40s.
But what was the reason behind that, though?
Kind of like Casey's mindset. That's kind of when you've had your fun. That's kind of when you're at where you're at in your life, and you're probably in a steady job, and that's the point where you're saying, "Hey, I've had my fun. Now I'm ready for chapter whatever."
Okay, I feel you, Matt. Man, what was your reasoning?
I feel like 28 to 32 doesn't apply to me. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Things do change, though.
It's only 4 years away for you, man.
Oh my gosh! Don't remind me. I don't know. I just feel like I don't believe in the age thing because it's where you are in your life. Like, I've met 30-year-olds that don't even have a full-time job that are not ready for anything.
That was the point that I was trying to lead into, was the fact that when you are getting up to about 35 and 40, you are, secure with how your life is going. You got a steady job, you have all the tools already there for a good relationship.
I kind of regret my answer because I'm actually pissed off thinking about me getting married in 4 years. I'm like, nope, not going to happen. I need to know her for 4 years, live with her for 4 years, then I'll marry her.
Wait, so what study did you pull this from?
I don't know, man. It was on Google.
What publication? Just Google?
Yeah, well, like those.
Some unaccredited place.
Yeah.
those websites would be like looking at like Star Magazine or something. Would be talking about Miley Cyrus and her boyfriend, or so and so. Some celebrity bought a new house or something, and Malibu or whatever, and then it'll have all these other links at the bottom and be like, learn how to get your groove back, or you know what I mean? Like, oh, guess what age is the best range to get married? You know what I mean? Like those things like you see on magazines and stuff. So I clicked on one of them, and it turned out to be this marriage study.
Clickbait.
Yeah, that's what
I fell for it, but I thought it was interesting because like I had my own thoughts what I thought that the age range was going to be. So I was kind of guessing maybe along you guys' range. I was like anything over 40. I was like anything over 40. Actually, you know what? No, I'd say 45 to 50. I was going to say 45 to 50.
That feels a little too late, but
50, yeah.
You think so?
I think it feels, yeah.
Well, the reason I thought that was because, like, at 40, you still might have some Playboy in you. You may have just been able to afford that Porsche or that Ferrari in life. You've been doing good at your career. Maybe you got promoted to senior VP, and you're like, I don't quite want to get married just yet. I got a couple more years to get it out of me with my Porsche or my Ferrari and take some girls on some high expensive dinners and go do things on yachts and stuff like that.
That's why you get divorced. You do it young enough where,
But this is successful marriages.
Well, once you get divorced, you're like, well, I still got a few more pumps in my, I can give another 5, 10 years to a marriage.
Yeah, but at that point you might pay an alimony. So, anyways, you guys ready for it? So here was the age range. So, Matt, man, you were right. 28 to 30, and here's the reasoning why. It said 28 to 30. 28 years old to 30.
I believe that.
32.
Really?
I'm sorry. 28 to 32. I'm sorry. I screwed that. It's 28 years old to 32 years old.
It really said that.
I promise you.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. It was 34. But here's the reasoning. Here's the reason why, though. Because they said that anything below 28, you weren't mature enough quite yet because you still haven't quite coming into your own. Maybe you're still trying to get that position at work that you want. Yeah. Maybe you're trying to reach that salary. You're like some people have that salary range. Like I want to at least make $75,000 in life. And so by the time you're 28 years old, if you've been on a good track and you haven't screwed up and you kept your nose clean, maybe you could actually achieve that $75,000 a year by 28. However, if you get married after 34, according to this study, you're kind of too set in your ways. It's like the girl comes along, yeah, you might like her, and she's like, you guys are dating and all that stuff. You guys move in.
Too much experience, huh?
Yeah, because by that point, it's like you guys are living together, you guys get hitched, whatever, and she's like, baby, I need you to wash the dishes. I need you to do this. It's like, girl, you better watch that tone of voice. You know what I'm saying? And by that point, you're kind of too set in your ways. It's like, girl, you don't talk to me that way. I'm the breadwinner around here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyways, that was kind of the study.
That's a very California attitude, by the way.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Like we've talked to a lot of people from a friend we just talked to the other day. A girl he's dating is 25? No, she's a little older. She's 29. So she's in that range. He's 26, I believe.
No, he's 25.
25. He's in the Marine Corps. But the girl's like, hey, like what are we doing? And it's mainly because they've been together for a year and a half now.
It's been longer than that.
They've been okay. I'm not saying anything right, but they've been together for a while, and it's like this is the next step. A lot of people in the Midwest, dude. A friend of mine, she said that her mom, same thing, is like, honey, why aren't you married yet? It's just what you do is, like you said, you go to high school and you went to the Navy.
Dude,
or high
we
school
put
and
way
college.
too much importance on marriage anyways, in my opinion.
Yeah. But then you get to a point where if you sleep with it, I feel like if you sleep with a lot of people, you get this kind of mindset where you're like, well, if I'm getting this for the free, I don't need to get married then.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want and have my cake and eat it too. Mama, is this real?
I don't know. I had a lot of friends that married young, and I'm talking like 18 to probably 22. And a large majority of those friends are now divorced and seeing new people. They're not married, but or maybe a few of them are engaged now. But they married young and they divorced young too.
Are these the same friends that came from out of Texas? Is that what you're talking about? The Texas friends?
Well, through the military.
Okay.
So I mean, I had a friend of mine from Texas. When I met him and her, they were married, and he was probably 18, 19.
Oh God!
And I was like, dang, kudos to you guys. You're young, you're married, you're happy. You seem happy. Later on, they got divorced.
You know, I can relate to that though, because I've had a lot of friends, especially throughout the military, where like they got married super young, and during that time while they're in the military, things might be going.